Hello, all of our precious listeners. Welcome back.
Hello there.
General Kenobi.
No, General Cannoli. Get it right.
Who?
General Cannoli.
All right,
Everybody is good.
we're back with Actioneconomy.
Good.
Yeah.
We're about to walk into a basement.
Yeah, last time...
Yeah, really exciting stuff, guys.
Yeah. High octane Curse of Strahd gameplay here.
Over the small amount of break we've had, probably a week of break for all the listeners, Rainier has decided maybe sometimes during combat she'll just take another turn.
Just hit again.
Do it again.
I don't think it's quite that much, but it's... Anyway, so the last time we left off, you had met Rose and Thorn, talked with them, found a secret room with a letter, explored the rest of the house, and finally started going into the basement. The horrifying basement that you've heard so much about. So, the narrow spiral staircase is made of wood. It's contained within a 5-foot shaft of mortared stone that starts in the attic and descends about 50 feet as you go down. Passes through all the lower levels of the house and makes its descent. Thick cobwebs are all over in this place, so much so that you can't see more than 5 feet in front of you. As you, who's going first?
Rainier.
Yes.
You're
not me.
You got your shield, but you're kind of like cutting away all these webs with your sword.
Do you think if I burned these cobwebs away, it'd be like enough fire to start a fire, or would it be like, you know how there's like sometimes
burning
videos where it just burns stuff off of things?
More like the second one. However, the staircase is made of wood, and fire and heat go up, and you're at the top of this staircase of wood that would... So the webs would just go... and would likely set the entire thing on fire, and then the whole thing would just be like a blazing flame coming up towards you with you in it. So it wouldn't be very pleasant.
Maybe I like
Let's
that.
pass on that.
However,
It's like starting the fireplace while trying to climb down the
Wait,
chimney.
can I prestidigitate some of these webs away? Start cleaning the stairs?
Yeah.
I mean, you could just hold your shield out in front of you, and just walk.
they're
But
not.
that's not cool.
Is using prestidigitation to clean up the stairway cool?
Yeah.
Apparently.
This is magic is cool.
So you start headed down, and when you finally start getting to the bottom, you see that once you get past the bottom, the walls are carved out of earth, clay, and rock. Most of the tunnels down here, as you step into it, it's about 4 feet wide, 7 feet high. Very, very narrow. So you see timber braces ahead of you at like 5-foot intervals that are holding on the corners and on the ceiling. You get to the bottom of the steps and step forward, and you're at a T intersection. You can go left, or you can go right. Do you have any light sources? Because it is dark down here.
No.
Well, can't you
Well-
just, light up one?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure we had torches.
Okay, because
Yeah.
I'm not going to light a torch inside. I'm going to take the oil lamp from the desk, and I'm going to light the oil lamp.
Excellent. You can now see about 20 feet in both directions. So, to the east, there is another turn that goes off to the side, and then the hallway continues about another 5 feet and then turns again. So there's 2 directions, north and south, that you can go from the east side. And the other direction, the west direction, continues down this hallway. You see a couple more openings further down, and then further down, you can barely make out in dim light what looks to be like a table or something in another, like an open room down at the end of that hallway.
Okay. I do have dark vision.
Oh, what's to 60 feet?
I don't know if it's 60
I also have
feet.
dark vision. 60
Oh, okay.
feet.
60 feet?
Okay.
Yeah, you would have
I
a
imagine at
60.
60%.
Okay, so in that case, both of you can see pretty clearly that there's a room at the end of the hallway to the west
Yep.
where there's a big table set up, like a bench table. You can kind of see around the corner to like the nearest turn, because it's like you literally come out, you would turn left, right, and you'd be in another room. You can vaguely make out an opened crypt. That it's like there's a crypt in there.
Okay. I'll point out there. I can see something over there, and I'll point out towards it. So, Rainier, I'm pointing out that there's something over. I saw a crypt. So let's go
Alright.
investigate.
We will go to the crypt, hopefully put the children to rest, and then find what
This monster.
disturbance is in the basement.
So, as you come into this area, you hear what sounds like an eerie, incessant, like pretty regularly, you hear this, what sounds almost like a chant, coming from somewhere, like pretty far. You can't discern the words. You can't quite tell where it's coming from, or what direction, but there's someone down here. It sounds like a group of people that are chanting something, one thing after another. So you're headed over to the crypt, you said?
Yeah.
One of them is empty. There's a blank stone slab that would be meant to seal this crypt. There's no furnishings or nothing set up with this, so it's clearly not like a prepared crypt. But to the right, there's a second crypt that has a stone slab that is also against the wall that's been pulled away, and it says Walter Durst on it. Walter being the name of the stillborn baby. Inside, there's nothing. There's a raised dais where you're normally a coffin or something in place, but there's nothing there. Yeah, the rest of you can see this seems to be like a place where there's like specifically these tunnels that lead to these crypts. So most likely you take a peek around the corner to the in the direction of the north, and it doesn't lead to more crypts. There's actually a staircase that goes down. Rose actually points to the west and says that the rest of the crypts are down that way.
Okay. I feel weird asking this child, where are you supposed to be buried?
She's not paying super close attention, but she does kind of like, she doesn't want to move away from you, any of you. But she looks down down the west side, and she's like, I feel like something's calling me down there.
Okay.
Alright,
That's not good.
let us go down there.
Okay, so you go to the west, and you see two more on the right and two more on the left. The ones on the left, you can see, say, Gustav and Elizabeth Durst, and the ones on the right say Rose Durst, Rosavalda Durst, and Thornbolt Durst. And there are two empty coffins.
Okay, real quick, I want to check the parents' crypts. Have they been disturbed?
They are closed.
Okay. Can I make any sort of investigation to see if they've been...
Go ahead.
Like, are there scratches or anything like that nearby?
Lucian, I do not know how to lay souls to rest. This is, I assume, your area of expertise?
In your experience, all that's really necessary is just putting them in the coffin.
19.
We simply need to put them in the coffin.
Yeah,
I do
so
not really want to touch
you can see
children
that both
bones.
of them have been moved on a regular
Fair enough.
basis.
Okay.
From the scrapes on the floor, they've definitely been moved and replaced, and moved and replaced. You also notice there's actually quite a few footprints on the floors in all of these hallways.
I'll call everyone over and point out that these have been disturbed and brought back and moved and brought back over and over and over again. And there's plenty of footprints that have been here that are ours.
Let us lay the children to rest, and then lay to rest whatever has been disturbing them.
Okay, I've got a +6 to religion, so I'm going to go and... I don't know, I feel like that would help if required at all to lay these kids to rest, so I'm going to go and lay the kids to rest.
Okay. Make a religion check just so you understand what you're about to see.
Lord, take these children. Amen.
That would be 15.
Okay. So as you lay each child to rest, as soon as you put them in their tombs, each child relaxes and dissipates.
The ghostly version.
The ghost version does.
Okay.
It essentially turns it what happens is that you see this and you understand somehow that this is restoring them to the natural process. That they're no longer ghosts latched onto this place.
Okay. I'll need someone with some strength to actually help me move the slabs back over, because I physically can't do it.
I have a -1, so...
Same.
Rainier
Weak
will help.
boy club.
Okay, make a strength check.
We try to high
You're
five.
just doing trouble.
Oh, my wrist!
I mean, I have
My
a +0.
You successfully move
It's not gonna
move
be
it closed, and you successfully lay the children to rest. As they finally dissipate, all of you gain inspiration. DM inspiration, which, if I recall correctly, lets you get advantage on something.
Nice.
Cool. So we can just pick anything and say that we have advantage on it?
Yeah.
Nice.
Or you can get rid of disadvantage.
And this lasts for this session?
This lasts
Until, obviously until
you
we
use it. Yeah.
But...
I will wait the entire campaign.
You can't stack it. You can't stack it, but it lasts until you use it.
Imagine saving it until you fight Strahd.
Advantage on convincing Strahd that I'm Strahd.
Okay, so
Still take a negative penalty. for that.
you can either you're now in this long hallway. You can either go east to explore the northern part of the basement, or west to explore the southern part of the basement.
Well, we still don't actually know what we're hunting down here.
Where's the chanting coming from?
You're not sure.
Yeah, I think it's just like an ambient noise.
Down seems like where the chanters would be. If I was a spooky necromancer cultist, I
So
would
that's
go.
the east staircase.
I agree.
I would go down. So let us go the opposite way
All right.
and explore.
So you lead the way.
Yep.
You head down the east staircase, and
Well, we're going away from the down.
He wants to explore.
you want
Yeah.
to explore away from it. Okay, so
Yeah. Make sure there's
You're
nothing
going
behind
east.
us.
It's kind of all together. So this opens into a large room, and in this large room, this is a dining hall of some kind. There is a plain wooden table flanked by long benches, and moldy human bones are strewn across the dirt floor.
Lovely.
In the middle of the south wall is a darkened alcove.
Can I see into it?
You can, in fact, and you can see what looks to be... Make a nature check.
Oh boy. Uh, 13.
Okay, so it's not hiding, but there is a creature in there. It is a grick. It's a monstrosity type thing. It's not really dangerous. If it were hiding, they tend to be able to really well hide in rocky terrains, but it's not paying attention.
Okay.
And so it's curled up on the ground, sort of just sitting there, not punching. It's not eating. It's just there.
When I notice it, I cover the lamp, and whoever's next to me or whoever can listen, I'm just going to whisper for everyone to stop, and then I'll point out that over in there is a Grick. You said,
Yeah, it's a
okay.
Grick.
Lucian, know anything about these?
Do I have to roll for that?
Yeah, roll and make a. It's an intelligence check plus your
Proficiency.
proficiency. So.
Okay. 11.
All right. So you don't know much more. You do know that they are. They're not hunters. They don't go out and find food. If something approaches them, they might try to jump out at it. But generally, if you leave them be, they'll leave you be.
Leave it be. It won't attack us if we don't attack it.
Okay.
I don't like how it looks.
You can't see it.
Oh, I can't see it. That's right.
You don't have dark vision. It's okay, I don't either.
I do.
So what the fuck are you talking about?
I was running a campaign. There were 2 bricks and a big brick, and I named the big one Pickle Brick.
Oh my fucking god!
All right. So
He immediately loses his inspiration.
there's an open passageway to the east. Oh, sorry, to the west further that turns a corner and goes winding into someplace. And there's an open passageway to the north that also winds away.
Well, you have point, so...
Or you could go back and go down the stairs.
Do we have to make stealth checks to get past this thing?
No.
Okay.
The room's 20 feet long, so if you stay away from that side of the room,
Okay.
you don't have to worry about it.
Cool,
Just
cool, cool.
I go onward.
Just
Yeah.
go around it.
Onward, which direction?
Forward.
There are...
Get on.
Past the thing.
This winding...
Not back.
So you're in a
North.
15 by 20 foot big room.
Yeah.
So are you going west, which is on the other side of the room, around the table, or are you going north, which is to your right, which is the nearest door, which you don't have to go around anything to get to. You have to go past the north door to get to the other door. So,
Let's check the north door.
okay.
Cool.
So as you get to the north door, the chanting starts getting louder, and you can kind of make it out now. And there's this chant repeated: He is the ancient. He is the land. He is the ancient. He is the land.
I think these are the losers that the note described. The ones that thinks God likes them, but he does not.
I agree. Can I make an Arcana check to discern what this chant is?
You can try.
This is like the beginning to their Strahd fan fiction.
19 total?
19 total. Yeah, it's voices of probably about 12 people.
Like, are they actively
13
casting something, or is
No,
this just
this is a
chanting?
chant.
Okay.
But on top of that, the voices don't sound fully natural.
Okay.
Like they could be.
Here come the fish people, Austin.
Oh no! Don't go in the water. Don't ride them.
But you go north, and it's this tunnel. You go in, you turn right, you turn left. There's a staircase that goes down, a landing, and then the staircase continues. But there's a passageway to the left on the landing, and then it continues on. At the bottom of the stairs, you can see it opens up into a larger room.
Actually, we are supposed to go in the water, just not riding them.
So
Anyway, let's get in this room.
you go down this staircase. About halfway down the staircase, when you get to the landing, you can hear the chanting is coming from the passageway to your left, from the west. Not the open room in front of you.
I don't think we said on podcast we did level up after the last one.
Yeah, we did not say that.
Yeah.
I said Rainier was going to stab something again during combat.
Yeah, but you didn't elaborate on that at all.
Yeah.
I mean,
But that's just what fighters do. They decide to stab things more often every level up.
Okay, so what do you want to do? Do you want to go towards the chanting, or do you want to continue on straight?
Go towards the chanting. Let's fuck these guys up.
Okay, so you start walking in that direction. What is your passive?
Stealth?
No. Let me check this one more time here. What's your passive perception?
9.
9? Okay.
Man, that's really fun.
Yeah.
You
Tell
start
me
walking
about
in that direction, and you suddenly step on something that just gives under your feet, and you fall through. You fall through the floor into about a 10-foot deep pit.
Well, she's lost.
God.
You
Grab the side. Perhaps.
Make a dexterity check to try to grab the edge.
Well, wasn't
Dexterity saving
who was next to you?
I get advantage on that because I was prepared with my shield up and stuff, right? The full
That was
defense.
for being
on something
attacked.
attacking you or jumping out of you. No, you don't
okay.
get
Before attacks me, give me advantage.
You add that up. Carry the 1. 3.
3. Okay, you fall down. There's sharpened wooden spikes at the bottom. You take 3 bludgeoning damage, just from the fall. But let's see here. You take 11 piercing damage from the spikes. The spikes mostly break down there, so it's not like you have to be too careful about it now. The damage is done.
Yeah. But your fellows is like, well, holy fuck! And she falls down.
All of you see Rainier just through the floor.
How far down is it?
10 foot.
10 foot?
Ow.
Okay,
I think I have a rope.
I do.
yeah, we have rope.
Oh, I do not, apparently. Oh, wait, no, yeah. I have 50 foot.
Real quick, while we're...
It's small enough that you could try to make an athletics check to climb out.
Can I give an assist?
Yeah,
Okay.
which will give you advantage.
Help action.
Rainier's going to sit up, pull some of the spikes out, and like sit there a moment, going, "Oh, that hurt so much."
You okay?
No, not at all.
Oh yeah, I can see. So yeah, it's like
There are so many things inside of me.
here. I'm like leaning down with my arm out.
Just one moment. I use second wind.
Okay.
As a note, while Rainier's trying to get out of the hole, has the chanting stopped?
No.
Okay. We're still going.
Is that good news?
Yeah, we don't know what the chanting does,
Alright.
If anything.
if anything.
Rainier gets up, dusts herself off, and prestidigitates herself off, and then jumps up to get the fuck out of this death hole.
And it is a death house. A death hole and a death house.
13.
Okay, so you managed to climb your way out with some help, and
Are you? What's your health at?
I use second wind, so I'm at 15 out of 22 now.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've got at 8 out of 22.
So I've got 1 cure wounds left that I'm holding on. So I don't know if I should use it now or not.
Probably not. Wait, what's the maximum amount of health you can do with
The
cure
max I
wounds?
could do with my cure wounds would be 8, 9, 10, 12.
It might just get a lot of it might just get wasted.
That's what I'm thinking.
the chanting is still continuing from the west as of now.
Okay.
Worried about.
I will still be in front, but maybe somebody watch behind me and make sure I do not do that again, please.
I would suggest someone with dark vision do it. Which would be any one of you three.
I would prefer not to be towards the front.
I would be willing to do it, but -1 strength, so
You would be behind me though.
yeah. But if you were to fall down and I were to like try and catch you, you'd rip my arm off.
Well,
Right.
the entire point of you being behind me is so that you can go, look out for the fucking hole right there, Rainier.
Gotcha.
Well, I mean, it gave way under you. It's not like you just
All right.
Yeah, we wouldn't have seen it.
ran over
All
a
right.
hole
Well,
and you're like,
here's the okay, Tom.
looking down.
It would have been of value for a reason.
Okay, all right, real quick. Just so Tom knows, I'm going to stand behind Rainier. I'm going to be the eyes in the dark here. My passive perception is 13, and my passive investigation is 16.
Good to know. All right, so do you continue on the path?
Yep.
Yeah, it's easy to step over the hole once you guys are past. It's a little bit of a hop, but it's only about 4 feet wide. You continue down. You turn a couple times, going down a staircase towards the chanting, and finally you get to a room that is about 25 feet long and about 15 feet wide, and there's alcoves in all throughout the room, and two passages to the right on the right wall.
Can I see into any of these alcoves?
You can see into all the alcoves. There are all these little, like, small alcoves, but each that has an object in it. There are 13 in all. And each one has something different in them.
Oh, great.
There is, immediately to your left, a small mummified yellow hand with sharp claws on a loop of rope. It looks to be a goblin's hand.
I'm describing all of this.
You recognize this as in one of those bogus rituals.
Yeah.
Each of these has something like that. There's a knife carved from human bone. There's a dagger with a rat skull set into the pommel. There's an 8-inch diameter varnished robe. You know from the ritual that was probably made from a Nothic's eye. There's an aspergillium, which is, if you're unfamiliar, an aspergillium is that thing they use to, like, sprinkle holy water, carved from bone. There is a folded cloak, which you know from the ritual is supposed to be made from ghoul skin. There's a desiccated frog lashed to a stick. There is a bag that you're assuming is
frog stick.
There's a bag that you assume is full of bat guano. A hag's severed finger. A 6-inch tall wooden figurine of a mummy with its arms crossed over its chest.
Sick.
An iron pendant adorned with a devil's face. The shrunken, shriveled head of a halfling. And a small wooden coffer that you assume contains a direwolf's withered tongue. You know that all of this is pointless. This is like, this is one of the rituals that didn't work. The chanting seems to be coming most strongly through the further away door on the right side.
Okay.
It's now much louder down here.
So are you thinking we bust in there and crack some heads?
Yes. I am hoping that they do not know what they are doing, and they do not know any actual magic.
Given everything in this room, they don't know what they're doing.
Yes, but there are actual fucking ghosts up above. But that might not be because of them.
I don't know about that.
I am hoping that they wave a little stick at us, and then nothing happens and I stab them. That is the optimal thing that happens.
Okay. I'm with you 100%.
Let's go kill some necromancers.
So,
okay.
Second door on the right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Are we going to sneak in and be very quiet? Something it is hard for me to do? Or should I kick in this door and we run in and stab everything in sight?
Which are you more comfortable with?
I assume the kick and stabbing.
I think we are pretty set on the people here need to die. Correct?
Yeah.
Then let's just go crack some heads.
Alright.
Alright.
Who's going in there after you? like right after you?
That is amongst yourselves to decide.
I would
That's
say
what I'm asking.
That would be not me.
I would be probably next. I have a decent AC and my HP is pretty good.
What are these
And
words you're
wild
using?
shape.
Right, HP 20. I have 20 HP and my armor class is 15.
I don't understand why you're categorizing things in this.
Fair enough.
Go.
Yes, I'm going in.
If you're going in, please go in.
Yes.
Have you any of you looked through there yet?
No.
Okay.
Is there a peephole that we can look into, like a keyhole?
It's not a door. It's an open passage.
Oh.
Let's just Scooby Doo it. Let's just like all look like.
Let's all peek out like in like Scooby Doo.
Who wants guidance?
Me.
You want guidance?
I am
okay.
not stealthy.
I'll give you guidance.
I mean, we weren't going to do stealth.
Yeah.
Are we doing stealth now?
No, let's just look into this thing.
Okay.
Let's just go in there. Let's just hit things.
Are we just running in and stabbing?
That was the
That's
plan.
what we.
Okay.
That's what you have been inferring that we are going to do.
Okay, I just thought there was a door though. Anyway, let's go. We run in and stab.
You run around the corner and slam right into a steel portcullis because you didn't look.
Nice.
There's a steel portcullis over there.
Just all of a sudden
The floor goes
Sorry.
down. It's a little bit of a slope for about 5 feet, and then goes into about 4 foot deep water.
Sorry,
Right
I keep on forgetting.
So
that
you turn
can't
the
see.
corner and immediately start slipping down forward into the water, into a steel portcullis that's right there, and hit it.
Ow.
Sends out a clang. Nothing changes. The chanting doesn't stop, but you can now see into this room ahead where the chanting is coming from. There is no one that is visible, but the chanting is going on in there. The water's about 4 feet deep. No, 4 feet. It's not that deep. Let me check.
Anybody take create or destroy
It's
water?
2 feet deep. But they're about 3 feet above the water surface. There's ledges all around the outside edge of the room.
I thought about taking shape water.
And there is the ceiling's like 16 feet high. There is a raised central dais. This is a 40-foot square room, huge, smooth masonry, excellent acoustics that cause the echoing. There's featureless stone pillars supporting the ceiling. There's a breach in the west wall all the way on the other side that leads to a little bit of a dark cave that's filled with garbage. Water's kind of murky, and stairs lead up on left and right up onto the ledges that hug the walls. Middle of the room, more stairs rise to form an octagonal dais that also rises above the water. Rusty chains with shackles dangle from the ceiling directly above the stone altar mounted on the dais. The altar is carved with hideous depictions of grasping ghouls and is stained with dry blood.
Nice.
Okay, time to go in.
Yes.
It's a
Let's
portcullis.
lift it.
Gonna try and lift it?
Yeah. Using my
You're up.
stolen crowbar.
-1.
Yeah, we are so powerful.
I guess someone is giving you the. Oh no, you've got the crowbar.
Yeah.
I don't.
Oh, you can't use the crowbar on this, really.
Oh, well,
Yeah, I
it
was gonna
didn't
say,
matter.
Will somebody assist then?
I rolled
Somebody other than me.
I'll help assist.
It doesn't matter. I rolled a 5 and a 6.
Okay. Yeah, this thing is really heavy. You can see in the room off to the left there is a wheel that can be turned. On the right side of the room, you can see what looks to be a. Oh no, there's nothing there.
Are there any other passageways?
There was another door back in the other room you had.
No, I'm looking into the room
Not
now.
one that you can
Are there
see.
other open doors? Okay.
But there's
Okay.
probably some way to open the portcullis.
Is there any way that somebody could like slip through the portcullis, like through the bars?
It's too narrow
Well, this
for
is
any
your
of you,
Swiss
as you're
cheese.
aware of.
Jesse, you can become the Rat Man.
Not even he knows that.
Wait, what?
Don't know what you're talking about.
No, you could be a rat and go through
You
it.
don't know. Well, your character doesn't know that, and his character doesn't know that.
Wait, he does. Oh, okay.
No, I don't.
I thought you just was like. I always
know
just
things.
Assume, I just always assume every single character knows when they level up.
Has been in
Just-
school and training to be a druid.
No.
All right.
There is another passageway the other way.
Let's just go around. This is very heavy. Lucas, do you want your crowbar back?
I mean, sure. You seem to be using it more than I have, but I mean, I'll take it if you don't want to carry it anymore.
I mean, I will carry it. I just do not want to steal.
Okay. I mean, how about you can give it back to me after we get out of this hell house?
Okay. I mean, not from hell. So
It was a figure of... After we get out of this place.
Okay. Let us go around.
Alright, so you go over to the other side and start looking into another room. This place is a little more weirdly designed, but it's clearly a prison. There are shackles on the walls and stuff like that. Prisoners are long gone, but the rusty shackles remain. You start walking through and looking through, and you do find one. There is a human skeleton clad in tattered black robes that is in there. And stabbed into the skeleton, is a shining silver greatsword.
Oh.
It is very thin for a greatsword, but it's stabbed through him and into the wall, quite a ways. It is completely untarnished, perfectly in perfect condition. Its handle is wrapped with leather. His arm is kind of up and still attached to the thing, pointing towards the wall on the opposite side of the prison.
Lucas, can you tell if this is magic? I think it is worth waiting the 10 minutes.
Alright. I will begin the ritual casting of Identify.
Okay. As an artificer, you have tools that you use as your casting focus.
You look at it under a magnifying glass.
What tools do you have that you use for your artificer? Tinkers? Or
I have Tinkerer's tools.
Your Tinkerer's tools function as your casting focus for your spells.
Okay. So I'm pulling out little calipers or whatever.
Yeah.
Measuring things and.
The first thing you identify with it, because Tinker's tools do include things like this. You can tap something and listen to it with a little mini horn thing.
So I take 10 minutes to just kind of grope around this thing for a while.
Okay, so first off, you determine that yes, this is absolutely a magic sword. Give me 1 second to pull it up here so I can give you more specifics. The first thing you notice about it, it's definitely made of silver, magic silver. So it doesn't.
Okay.
You estimate that this is on its own the equivalent of a +1 silver greatsword. However, as you start looking at it, you start getting the impression that there's something more to it, and you sort of get the impression it's not a dancing blade, but it's got something of the same sort of magic on it. And steadily you're able to identify several other spells that are somehow within it that you couldn't use if you had the sword. It's almost as if the spells are unable to be used within the sword.
But they're just laying dormant in it?
Kind of. That even if you were to wield and attune to it, you wouldn't be able to use them.
Is there anything... This isn't like an artificer's infusion.
No. Something crosses your mind, and you touch the sword just a tiny bit with your pinky, just to test something. And you get a strong sense of a mind of some sort. This sword is an intelligent magic item on some level. And the sense you get from it when you touch it is this idea of judgment. Like you're being judged. And it
I
like
don't like the way this sword's looking at me.
I don't like the swords. I don't like the sword. Smug aura mocks me.
Yeah.
and for a split second, you're like, huh, and you feel the judgment, it's judgment upon you for a moment, and you get like a weird sense of like approval at the end of it.
Judgment. You're all right.
It's made it. You feel like the sword has made a determination about you of some sort, and
You are worthy.
Do we have any idea of what would happen if it didn't approve?
you get that it's particularly against you. You feel like that if the sword had decided that you were not worthy of it, it could have dealt some damage directly to you in this form of a disruption. Disruption is an effect in magic that has to do with the undead and the fae and certain fiends and anyone who has any connection with those sort of things. So the fact that you are a vampire is
not good.
like wouldn't be good, but you're starting to get really into. There's a complex thing to this. This sword is like, you start to realize that number one, you can't you're starting to identify the attunement of it. From what you get, the criteria to attune to this blade, it is required that you are undead, fiend, or fae. And yet it can directly deal damage to undead, fiends, and fae.
Interesting.
This is like an oxymoron sword. Or the great sword of Catch-22.
But it doesn't look like it automatically does so.
Okay.
Is it magic?
Oh yeah. It's very magical.
Safe magic?
I'm gonna say yes, as long as you aren't undead.
That's a really funny.
As long as you are undead, a fiend, or like a fae, like a hag. Or something like that.
So like, as long as
it'd be
you're
crazy if we had people like that in
as long as you're not any of those. Like, it's not gonna, like, it doesn't kill those things immediately upon touching it, but it, like, passes judgment on people and, like, decides whether or not it's going to, like, activate its defense mechanism.
Did it judge you?
I think so? I don't know.
Was it
This sounds
good?
like an admission.
I assume it was good because it did not stab you or blast you.
I assume so as well. Do you want to, like, pull it out?
I would like to see what the sword thinks of me. I do like the sword. It looks nice.
Well, it's probably safer for you to grab it.
Okay.
So
Rainier goes up and like kind of looks the sword over for a minute before like slowly putting her hand around the grip of the blade.
you feel something. You feel the judgment in it. And
I'm like standing next to you, and I'm like, yeah, it's doing it to you right now.
and you feel like it's not quite going through your thoughts, but through your motives in some way. And it finally just, you get a sense of disinterest from it.
Oh.
Jeez.
Oh.
Not outright disapproval, but
Disgusting.
like you didn't meet a criteria, but it doesn't react badly.
Can you
doesn't
pull it out?
hurt you.
Can you pull it out?
Okay. You try to pull it out.
It slides free very, very easily. And pulls itself out of your hand. And then hovers there.
Oh.
Oh, you can't.
Hello.
It just stays there. It's not.
There's like a weird sentientness to it.
Sebastian, being very curious about this, actually goes and he's curious about what they're talking about. And
This sword judges people. Go ahead, touch it.
I mean,
literally,
obviously we're all going to take a turn.
yeah, I'm going off the assumption that all you guys are humans.
So each of you is going to take an attempt at touching it, right?
Yeah.
That's a really fun joke.
So who wants to go next? Volunteer?
I'll go
Yeah,
next.
right
All right. You feel the judge. You touch the sword and feel its judgment for a moment, and it's like you're being looked at, and you get a sense from it of like comfort from it, but something of a rejection. Not a direct, like, you don't get a reaction to it, but it's like you get an impression that the sword, you didn't meet some criteria that it had.
I think it just
You
doesn't
don't know
work.
what it is.
It's not you, it's me.
Yeah.
That was bizarre.
It's a very weird feeling.
Okay. You touch the sword, and once again, you feel the judgment immediately. And then you feel like, once again, similar to the others, you feel like you didn't meet a criteria, but you feel like some sort of comforting presence. And for a second, you're like, is this sword, like, pitying me? But it seems like you get the impression of something being like, you're okay, but
So
I can do better.
no, it's like, but you don't meet the criteria.
Okay.
okay.
Not the chosen one.
Lucian will have a go.
Okay.
It stabs you.
Just
The
impales
long
you.
hates
Nope.
you.
Too many people have tested me. Nope.
Yeah.
You feel the judgment.
Like a cat. Like a cat. Too many people have
And-
touched me.
You feel like a reaction from the sword. And for a second, you get like a feeling like, should I let go of this thing?
Oh.
Because you can feel something almost like the disruption effect.
Is it visibly reacting?
No.
Okay. So we're all just
but
standing around.
But it stops, and again, you don't meet its criteria, but you feel like you might have been somewhat close to its criteria for its other reaction. But it's not enough that it once again, you can feel it going that it's not looking for your thoughts, but your motives. And it has judged your motives acceptable. But it doesn't think you've met its criteria for being wielded.
It wanted
So
to stab you.
when he lets go of it, it's just floating there,
Yes.
right?
So we don't know this, but like Travis was the only one that it really approved of.
I'm assuming.
But it didn't. You didn't touch it long enough to get like a real like.
I like poked it, and I was
Yeah.
like, ooh.
Get judged. Hold it.
What was Jesse's judgment? I just came back.
It was the same Stephanie's. I was comforted, but I was lacking
It was
something.
a comforting presence, but it did not judge them as meeting its criteria.
Well, it's a good thing that none of us are undead, fiends, or witches. Because apparently, like, when it doesn't like you or whatever, it hurts you.
What did it say about you?
I, like, poked it.
Lucian's just laughing internally.
Sebastian's like, well, we all held it by the hilt. I think it's only fair that you hold it by the hilt.
Yeah,
Alright.
let it judge you.
I'll touch it. I'll touch it. See, I'm gonna do it.
I touched the butt.
If you
Right now.
Touch the butt.
if you die, I will put a band-aid on you.
I'm not gonna die.
Like that, as Austin said that, he was holding up a Dorito.
I'm not gonna die. Okay?
Okay, so
So I'll grab it.
you grab it. Your motives are looked over and stuff like that, and it's looking over you, and you feel the judgment, and you feel like you've met some kind of criteria, but and it does give some sort of approval, but something's not quite right. And you get an impression of, like, you don't hear a voice or anything in your mind or anything like that, but you get the impression that it's sort of got a, like, need more information type thing. And the sword pulls itself free from your hand, not like yanking itself out, but pulls itself free from your hand and floats nearby. And you get the strangest feeling that it's just staring at you.
I turn around and everyone's staring at me.
Well, I mean, yeah. That's kind of the whole thing we've been doing.
The whole time.
Okay.
Each of you now gets kind of a feeling that the sword is kind of looking at you, and now has this kind of, like, judgy look.
This sword.
So you've gained a quote-unquote companion.
Oh. Is it following us?
It starts, as you move around, it starts following around you guys.
Yeah, I was going to make that joke, but apparently that's just what's happening.
Do you like snacks? Would you like a
It's a sword.
piece of wood?
The sword judges you.
No, it's a sword.
It's silently wait.
It's a sword. It's a magical item. It's not real. Like, well, it's real. It's not.
The sword turns
person.
towards you and judges you for that statement.
It like slaps you.
No, it doesn't. It just turns and looks.
Okay, well, welcome
Let's.
to the team. If you should know, if you stab any of us in the back, we have fought animated objects before, and it has not ended well for them.
It slowly twists and places itself in the hand of the skeleton, which is now pointing directly at the opposite wall.
I'll go
What's
over to
that
the
now?
wall.
There is just a wall. So you examine the wall.
Yes.
Yeah.
There is, in fact, a lever hidden in the dirt that you can push, and it opens up into the room that you were trying to get into with the raised dais.
Thanks, Soren.
How
Thank you.
How are the mechanics? Where do they? I'm more interested in the door.
And then we
It's not super complex. You look around at it; it looks like there's a latch that pulls free and a pull that pulls out. The door's under pressure to be pushed outward, and the latch keeps it in there. So as soon as it slides out, the door's free to turn and come free. It's a simple thing.
Okay, well, goodbye, sword. Unless you would like to follow us.
The sword does follow you if you enter the room.
Okay.
The chanting is coming from that room pretty solidly.
Don't you join the necromancers. I will be very close to
The sword sneak attacks.
Okay.
and somehow does 12d6 damage.
Sword, I will be close with you if you join the necromancers. But whatever, let's go.
Okay.
Let's go.
So you guys walk into the room, and all of a sudden, all the chanting stops.
Record scratch.
Hello?
You hear nothing.
That's not a record scratch,
That
but
was horrible.
I know.
Mine was better.
Yeah, it was.
Lucas, do you see
I have to do it like,
anything
over and over again to get it.
in the room?
What do I see?
Nothing new. You still
My
see all the
special
stuff you saw before.
That looks the same.
Well, let's go to that other door area.
So to the portcullis.
Yep.
You're gonna open it with the wheel. You do. It opens just fine.
How loud is it?
It's pretty loud, but yeah. You
Can you give us a sample sound?
clank, 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 clank. No.
Okay. Is there anything in that central pedestal-like thingy that I can see?
There is a central pedestal with an altar and chains hanging down from above. There's 4, so you assume that it would suspend a person above it.
Oh.
These ones can hide. We must deal with the necromancer.
Do I have to cross? There's water in between the edge of the room and the
Yes,
pedestal,
2 feet
correct?
deep.
It's only 2 feet deep? Okay.
Are you going to go across the dais?
I guess so. there's not really anything else to do. So I'll make my way over.
So you walk
to
over.
investigate.
As soon as you start going into the water, the sword follows you. Not directly behind you, but still watching you as you go up.
This sword makes me very uncomfortable. I just gotta say.
I come over by you.
Can you
as you step up onto the dais, all of a sudden, along the ledges of overlooking the room, 13 dark apparitions appear.
Oh.
Each one resembles a black-robed figure holding a torch, but the torch's fire is black and seems to draw light into it. Where you'd expect to see faces are nothing but voids.
Hey, that's your style.
It's you!
And they start chanting, "One must die.
Oh.
One must die.
Who's on the altar?
One must die." No one's on the altar.
The dais?
But up on the dais, he walked up first.
Oh, nice knowing you, Lucas.
Yeah.
I'm gonna run over to the nearest ghost and stab it.
Go ahead.
I do it.
It's back the way you came up on the thing, but you run over and...
Does the port close if somebody's not moving?
No. You stab, and it's passed right through.
I cast Booming Blade and I stab at it.
Nothing.
That was all my ideas.
Well, that's all I got, guys.
I don't want to die.
Somebody get up on that altar.
Make a intelligence check. Religion.
That's not bad. That's not bad. Religion. 21.
Okay, so you can figure out pretty quickly, looking at this and looking at the cult or something like that, these figures are ghostly remnants, but they're not full ghosts. They're not strong enough to actually do anything other than make noise.
Okay.
However, what they collectively are doing is calling on you, or whoever's come up to the altar, to make a sacrifice of some kind by sacrificing a creature on the altar. Specifically, it's probably to their Dark Lord, to Strahd. You figure out that they don't care what kind of creature was sacrificed, but likely if you were to just turn and walk away, it would be the equivalent of rejecting this, and, they might do something and respond, trying to begin something.
Do you tell us this?
Yeah. Probably not in as, specific detail, but, the general gist of,
they want me to sacrifice something.
Are there any, rats or something?
The sword stares at you, judging.
I am not going to sacrifice anything to any Dark Lord.
Rainier's like, fuck them.
Yeah.
Leave. We can just go.
I'm gonna... I'll slosh away.
If all they can do is make noise and leave.
All of a
they
sudden,
might do something.
The cultist chant changes.
Oh, yeah.
And they start saying, "Lorgoth the Decayer, we awaken thee. Lorgoth the Decayer, we awaken thee." And all of a sudden that pile of garbage that was in the corner starts shuddering a little bit.
Oh no, they have a Pokemon.
Couldn't just kill the rat, could you?
And
I feel like if I had killed the rat, it would have been way worse.
I was willing to sacrifice my lunch for that.
What?
I was literally being like, would they take our rations? We just offer it up and stab it or something.
I thought you were implying that the rat was your lunch. I was like,
hold up.
that's some intense character development.
Make a nature check.
Nature.
Imagine
with advantage.
Imagine being Strahd, getting sacrifices and stuff. Kind of like you're sitting in your library one day, reading a book, and all of a sudden, an actual lunch appears in your lap.
That'd be great.
I like how your interpretation of how does Strahd receive these sacrifices?
Yeah.
Is like a cat that killed something and leaves it on the hood of your car.
Is that not what these people are?
Yes.
So that's an 11.
That's an 11. Yeah, you're not sure what this thing is, but there's this pile of garbage is something. And it starts moving its way towards the entrance.
I shoot it.
I want all of you to roll initiative.
Man, I can't roll higher than like 11.
Initiative!
I fucked up my dice when I tried to look at it. I think it was 17. I can re-roll it if you want.
That's fine. Give me a second to...
That's a 6.
I got a 3.
I keep switching dice, but it's not helping.
remember what you got, because I am not quite there yet.
Up on its side, I think I should
Yeah, go ahead.
be. No, I.
Reroll.
No!
Do it! Do it!
Well,
Okay.
Tom, I want
It
to
was
get a
a 4.
commission of the tokens
I'm sorry.
from
Have you
That was one
How
right.
do you feel about it?
Oh, well,
They're
okay.
gonna be it's gonna be the Summer Fae Queen with them on like children leashes like this.
Okay. Sebastian, what'd you get?
7.
7? Lucian,
6.
6. Rainier,
17.
Lucas,
13.
and Esme.
4.
I mean, hey, if we all roll consistently low, it's like we all, we all take our turns at the same time, so it's still good.
This thing, as I mentioned, Lucian, you are not exactly sure what this thing is, but just from a couple seconds at a cursory thing, you're like, this thing is dangerous. This is, to give you an example, this thing is more than 2 CR higher than you guys are prepped for.
Okay.
So this thing
Take
is
it down.
something that you would either have to be very careful trying to fight or run from.
I assume this information is shared.
Yeah, I'm like, guys, this is...
This is a bit out of our...
yeah.
But Rainier, your turn is first.
All of a sudden, the sword just like.
But talking is a free action, so that information is still given.
Did I see how fast it moved?
It started moving. You estimate, based on how it is, that it probably moves about 20 feet around. So it's slower.
I move away from it.
Okay.
Has anybody super close?
It's in the same general like it's from the central dais. It's about 20 feet away. You're about 20 feet away from the portcullis, and the rest of you are more towards the northern side of the room, about 20 feet away from the central. So you're like about 30 to 40 feet away from the shambling mound thing.
I'm gonna move away from it so it can't get up to me and attack.
Okay.
I'm gonna take out my hand crossbow.
How far do you move? Do you move like up to the door?
Full 30?
How far away am I?
From him or from the door?
Oh.
You are about 20 feet away from him, 20 feet away from the door.
Okay, so you wouldn't... Yeah, he wouldn't be able to make it all the way to you if you...
Are we running or fighting?
I would... Let's run.
Okay. I run to the door and out it, and I'm gonna shoot this thing with my hand crossbow.
Okay.
Also, I don't have a hand crossbow in my fucking attacks.
Because you didn't equip it.
Oh! 17. Good. There it is.
Wait, didn't you get the heavy crossbow?
No, I got
No.
the heavy.
Oh, right.
That's not.
I thought you could use partial.
I have...
Oh, right.
Crossbow
You've got
proficiency.
crossbow proficiency.
17.
17 is going to hit.
Nice.
Please be 6. Oh! Guys, it's 6!
Nice.
6 damage.
Nice.
That's a lot of damage.
Here.
6 damage. You hit it, you look at it, and you see the bolt just sort of like get folded into it a little bit, and you're like, huh,
Great phalanx.
that didn't do much.
I have decided that I do not like this beast.
Does anybody have any fire?
No. I mean, if I rolled right for Chaos Bolt, I could do fire, but...
Okay. What is the material that it's made out of? Is it a black, like a mass of some sort of...
You're not exactly sure. Make a nature check.
Or is it like trash?
Nature or arcane?
The trash,
Your
man.
choice.
Arcane. Ooh. That would be... I'm not going to use it on this. Sorry. 16.
16? Okay.
Yeah.
You...
Wait, no. That is wrong. 13.
13.
Not 16.
Okay. Yeah, you're not exactly sure what this thing is, but you kind of get the impression that because it's so soaked, fire wouldn't do much to it. Yeah, you can't identify what it is exactly, though.
Okay, I didn't really want to know exactly what it was.
It's
I
like,
was
it's a
more so
plant
interested.
thing. It's like a living
Okay.
plant thing.
Okay. So I will. I'm about the same. We were. Me and Austin were pretty much the
You were
same
in the
spot.
yeah.
Okay. So I'll move 35 feet away, or at least as far as I can, and still have it in line of sight.
Mhm.
Can I have a flask of holy water. Can I pour some of that onto my crossbow bolt just to... I don't know if it'll do anything.
Dip it in.
I can say one thing that you figured out from that 13. It's not undead.
Okay.
It's not something like that. It's a plant thing.
Okay. So instead of all that, then
Likely not intelligent or good or evil either.
yeah, I'll just run. I'll shoot at it just because
Okay.
I want to hit something. That's not good. That's not good at all. 7.
Okay, so you hit it, but it doesn't seem to do anything to it. It sort of like slaps into a thing and just like it doesn't penetrate anything or break anything. It's more like just its natural shape and armor is just too much.
Okay.
But you're now at the door, unless you wanted to go further into the door.
Yeah, I'll use the rest of my movement to get out.
Okay, so you're in the room, the reliquary with all.
Yeah,
the
35. Yeah, 35 feet.
Yeah. So the mound of trash and plant life just sort of shambles its way out into the center of the area and gets up to the dais, kind of chasing after you.
Is the sword following me? Still?
Yes. it
Okay. Because
Quick sword stabs the garbage.
Does this work?
It does not.
Judges of
It just touches us.
It actually does not judge you.
this sword is sassy.
Yeah, the shambling mound makes it about halfway, makes it to the center of the room, and then will use its action to, instead of try and attack or anything like that, it's going to move again, and it will move up to the door. So totally is.
Everyone that's still in the room, you guys go the other way.
Well, I have a plan, actually.
All right. Excuse me.
It's now at the door, cutting you two off from them.
Jeff?
Well,
And,
yeah, well, I guess we'll just die.
Yeah, Sebastian. It's your turn.
If it's cutting us off, that means isn't it like right there under the portcullis?
It's not quite under the portcullis yet.
Can one of you prepare an action to drop the portcullis onto it?
You have to be there at the wheel to release.
Yeah, but it's someone's turn. Shouldn't it be? Shouldn't it be someone's turn to
Go up to the wheel?
go to the wheel? Oh, well, then it would be its turn again, and then it would take its 30 movement past.
But if
No, you prepare action as soon as it passes under.
Yeah, the question is that do you want to be right next to this thing
Yeah.
and start its turn? But Sebastian's turn.
Oh, that'd be cool as fuck. Maybe we cut it in half.
That could actually just turn it into two
You
goop
wanna
monsters.
reach in and grab onto that core thing.
My
within
plan
there that you
is
feel
I was going to
as a bonus
use
action.
You know what? We're gonna do that actually.
use Dissonant Whisper, so if it fails that save, it has to run away from me.
It's handy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you reach deep within yourself, and you feel something, and you tap into it. And what do you use that for to turn into?
I use it to turn into. Is it okay if I take some, like, basically describe what they see, or
Well, what are you turning into?
direwolf?
Okay.
So, so you see Sebastian all of a sudden get down on his hands and knees, and slowly you see fur sprout out, and you see him change from a human form more into a wolf, but it's bigger than any wolf you normally see. And you see before you, his fur is more of like a brown, dark brown color, full on direwolf.
Nice.
Lucian's just kind of like a
Wolf the size of a bear.
Tom?
Yeah.
I like wolves. My family likes wolves. Wolves are real cool over there.
Mhm.
Would I know what a dire wolf is?
You would know what a direwolf is, and but probably not have seen one before. They're pretty rare in where you're from. From what you've heard with a little bit of talking from the night before, you kind of pick up that you were probably going to see one around here at some point because they're common here in Barovia, but you didn't expect to see him just turn into one.
Wait, would I have seen him? Because there's garbage in the way.
It's still not fully in the doorway, so you can still see through. So you do see him shape-shift into this wolf.
I'm that, like, updated Miranda Cosgrove meme.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
So you still have movement and action.
Okay, and then so as in the direwolf form, I'm gonna go ahead and lunge at the.
It's like a good distance away from you at this point.
Okay,
And
my speed is 50 feet in direwolf form.
okay,
Damn.
so you run over to the shambling mound,
Yes.
and you are going to make your attack.
Ooh, that's 8 plus. So that's gonna be 23 to hit.
That's going to hit.
Alright, and then I do. It says it's a bite attack, so it's the 2d6 plus 3.
Yep.
Nine damage.
All right, 9 damage to it. You don't feel like you did a lot of damage to it exactly. Like that's not for what it is. Doesn't seem to be much damage. In fact, it doesn't seem to be paying all that much attention to you. However, it needs to now make a strength saving throw or be knocked prone.
Yeah.
Which it's hard to think of a pile of garbage being knocked prone, but it is not immune to that.
All right.
Let's see here. It's going to make. Let's see here. All right, it does make the save, so it's not knocked prone. And now it is Lucian's turn.
All right. I I have a walking speed of 45 feet.
Okay.
Can
You can get up over to by where it's at.
I go around it?
Let me check real quick. Yes.
If I go around it, how far away from it can I get?
Oh, you can bypass it entirely if you want to get over to the wheel.
Well, I wanted to just get some distance while also being in front of it.
Oh, so you want to get into where they're at?
Yeah.
And try to. Okay. So yeah, you'd have to get close to it if you went through there. Let me check. It's right in the doorway, so you wouldn't be able to get in there unless you were to like squeeze past it. So it'd probably get an attack of opportunity against you.
I'm gonna do it.
Let's do it.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Okay. You rush along the edge of this room and get through the gap that's there. And as you pass through, it's going to attempt to slam against you.
The only way my plan is going to work is if I'm on the other side of it. Otherwise, it could go back towards the other side.
And that is a 10 to hit.
That matches.
It matches. That's going to the defender. He slipped past just barely.
Nice.
Can you wear any armor?
I don't have
No proficiency?
Yeah. Sorcerer.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, you're going to cast...
Dissonant Whispers.
Alright.
It needs to make a Wisdom saving throw. DC 13.
that is an 8. So it is now...
So
does it deal damage or just do
it does 3d6 psychic damage.
Okay.
So 6, 5, 11, 13 damage, and it has to use its reaction to move as far away from me as its speed allows.
Okay, it will move...
Towards me and Austin.
No, I'm over right
He jumped past it. It got the attack opportunity.
Yeah, that was
against him
specifically my
to
plan.
get in front with you guys.
So it's gonna go past me, essentially.
So it moves 5, 10, 15, 20 feet straight west away from you, and it moves out of your attack range, so you get an attack opportunity. That is
That went
Sebastian.
very smoothly.
Strictly speaking, it moves out of Lucian's and Rainier's attack ranges too, as it does so. So, all three of you get attacks of opportunity
16
against
hit.
this thing. That's going to hit.
And 6.
We'll do yours first, Sebastian.
So can I use like spells and stuff on attack of opportunity, or
Do you
just
have
like
Warcaster?
no?
Then no.
Okay, I have a short bow. Well, what is my thing?
That's gonna be a whopping 15 damage.
Wow. And it has to make a strength saving throw. That's a 15, so it still makes the saving throw.
Play got bit hard.
And that would be
24 to hit for 9 damage.
Oh boy. Yeah, I have the 18.
Look at all these chads rolling now.
Yeah.
Alright.
Only 20s against the garbage creature.
You guys are hitting it. The more you hit this thing, the more you're like more convinced that we gotta run.
Yeah, so that's 7 damage, by the way.
But Esme, it's your turn.
So, is it safe, like, when I do move, I can move by where everybody else is now?
At this point, you can try to... yes, you can run straight to them because it's moving back.
So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do Acid Splash.
Okay.
And so I just cast that, right? I don't have to roll for that.
Yeah, it has to make a. I think it has to make a.
Yeah, it
dexterity
has to make
saving
a dex save of
Yeah.
14.
Okay.
Console.
What's his dex?
Yeah. Chris. Why are you fucking lying over there?
I'm looking at my version of the spell and it says con.
It fails. So roll your damage.
3. Take that. Trash pile.
Yeah.
Alright. Yeah, you guys have dealt some damage to this thing. Not enough to feel comfortable with how much damage you're dealing to it.
Question.
Yes.
I run with my 30.
Okay.
Did we come down here from stairs, or was there
Yes.
something else? Okay, so if we went up the stairs, it wouldn't be able to follow, right?
I mean, potentially could.
Good.
But the question is how far?
All right.
I vote we leave. And then
Hey, Rainier, remember that thing that you said when we were back on the 3rd floor about...
burning this place to the ground?
Yeah!
I vote we do that.
I hold up my flask of oil.
Oh. I mean, I think the spider webs will do nicely. We can save that for a different house we want to burn down.
I think this is ill-advised.
Why?
Why?
Wait till we're outside.
I'm going to do a persuasion roll here.
I don't want to burn the
hold
house
on.
while we're eating.
If you guys can get out of the house, it's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
But you're clearly a
Yeah, that's what.
Don't do it right here.
Well,
right
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, but you guys are going to run, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, we can remove the actual combat here because this thing cannot keep up with any of you.
Okay.
Do you run straight out the way you came?
So.
Well,
As best we can. We've got 2 people that can't really see it too well.
Yeah, but you can guide them pretty well. It's
And, well, not... can we avoid the whatever it was?
The pit.
The not the pit, the creature.
Oh, absolutely.
yeah, that
it was on the
wasn't a
opposite
problem.
side of a room that you passed
Maybe
through.
we could get them to meet up and let them fight.
I feel like that'd be very one-sided.
I do as well.
Are there any rooms we didn't explore?
Probably.
do we care right
There's
now?
quite a
Let's
few.
go.
Yeah, for real. Like,
Given the fact that, like, honestly, we haven't gotten that much out of the house, apart from a floating sword, I think we're good.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd rather live.
Yeah.
I choose to live!
Yeah.
Okay, so on your way up, things are getting a little wild. So
They're just
Chanty is going to even bother.
things are getting kind of shaken up, and the whole place is kind of like vibrating a little bit. You can hear the chanting has now gotten even more, and it's screaming, "The end comes, death be praised. The end comes, death be praised." And as you guys start getting your way out, there's been some collapses up on the top, up in the next floor up as you go back up. So you have to take a detour. You turn right instead of going straight up the path, and you come to like a crossroads where, right as you're running up, you can see some ghouls that are like freaking out and like rushing around, and they go off to the left. And you can see them get crushed under like collapsing rock off to the left. So really the only way for you to go is straight ahead, and you rush ahead into this room that you hadn't been in before. In this room, there are a bunch of bodies chained up against the walls all the way around. This is about 25 feet wide, 15 feet long, with a backing to this room. You don't have too awful long to look at it, but this room is filled with moldy skeletons. There's a wide alcove in the south wall with a painted wooden statue carved in the likeness of a gaunt, pale-faced man wearing a voluminous black cloak. His pale left hand is resting on the head of a wolf that stands next to him. In his right hand, he holds a smoky gray crystal orb. And there is hanging open like what was probably a secret door. It blends in with the wall, but it's now hanging open. It's kind of rotted out and it's broken apart. That is hanging away from that door, which is the only way out of the room, except back where you came from.
That way.
Okay, so you just go that way?
Yeah.
Alright.
Quick question.
Yeah.
This statue, is this of the father of the house?
No.
Okay.
This is of Strahd von Zarevich.
Okay.
This is their shrine to him.
Is that orb part of the statue, or can I take the orb off?
You could potentially take the orb off. It's not made of wood. It's actual crystal wood. Crystal orb.
I'm just gonna grab shit on the way out that looks interesting, so we can cast Identify later.
Okay.
Okay, so you grab the crystal orb?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, remember when we had to talk about randomly grabbing stuff?
As you guys run towards this open doorway, that's the only way out, Rainier dashes over and grabs this crystal orb. You hear kind of a shrieking noise as she does. And she runs towards you, but as you see, shadows start coming out of the walls. But you run into the hallway. Do you notice? Do you just keep running when you see these shadows?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna fight shadows in a collapsing house.
You go up.
The rocks will do it for me.
And you start making your way up this path. This leads up. You come to a spot with a couple steps, and there's wood paneling above you. It's kind of loosely there. Who's in front at this moment? You're in the back.
It would be the two, me and Lucien. Yeah.
Okay, so you go up.
I kept on thinking that your name was Lupin, and it's like, it's not Lupin. But it's another L name.
The panels pop up pretty easily, and you look up, and you're in the wolf room. In the house.
Okay.
But the house itself is now, like, weirdly moving.
This is when we find out this is Monster House?
You're not wrong.
Oh.
So,
house is the monster.
Not just the basement, the whole house!
The whole house seems to be, like, slightly alive in some ways. It's not quite a mimic, but it's pretty dangerous seeming, the way this is going.
I've never realized that the house in that movie is a mimic. Basically.
Yeah, so...
I'm gonna, immediately once I get out of there, I'm going to start helping people get up and out.
So there's a door.
Especially the one that's a dog, currently.
Yeah. Do you wild shape back?
Come here, boy.
Or do you stay in your direwolf form?
I may as well stay in my direwolf form.
Yeah, actually, if you're a direwolf, you could probably jump up there easier than we could.
Yeah.
Just put. I hold up a paw. Just like jump up.
It's a little tight. It's a little tight. We're going through these tunnels like this. But you are fast. So you start moving your way up to the top of...
the shadow's still chasing us?
Not that you can see. You guys are moving pretty quick. And you pop out, and you can see in the doorway to the east side of the room, which is out towards the exit, there are scythe blades that are slashing through it in a pattern. Make an intelligence check, Lucas, since you're the one looking around the room at the moment.
14.
14? Oh, come on, where is this?
It was just a flat intelligence check, right? That wasn't like investigation or anything.
Give me a second, because it might be something more. Okay. First thing you notice in the room, actually, is all the windows are bricked up.
Okay.
And, the door is actually gone, replaced by these slashing scythe blades.
Mm-hmm.
So you're making an intelligence check. And what did you get?
14 on just a flat intelligence check.
Ooh, okay. So you're looking at it. You can kind of see the pattern to it that you could step through. You could either try to make a.
I will use my inspiration.
Okay.
That is 17.
Okay. You, after a while, get the beat of how they go through, and hear the moment. Like, so you figured out how to get through this door.
Okay. But I can't get... It's not a mechanical thing, right? I couldn't stop the door?
No. It seems to be more like it's part of the house just attacking this pattern.
Okay.
But you do recognize the pattern that you could step through.
Is there any way that I could give this information to the rest of the group?
You
Okay.
could just say, this is the pattern, step through now.
Yeah. And so I'll have them go, and while they go, I'll light up my torch, and just like toss it near the closest flammable-looking thing.
Okay, there's plenty of wolves that are taxidermy that you can.
They're going up.
Just be careful that you'll burn the one good one here.
Yeah, they're going up, and after everybody's gone, that's when I throw it, and then I will go. And yeah.
All right.
House is on fire, and we're leaving.
You go into. You're now in the main hall. There is this black smoke just billowing out of the fireplace, starting to fill the room. Just to your left, when you come out, is the double doors that lead into the portico, and then out of the house.
Okay. Someone with is it closed at all, or is there anything in our way?
The doors, the double doors, are also doing the slashing thing.
Okay. Right.
Make another. Anyone else can try to make an intelligence check to get through, but he's sort of leading the way here.
I got it. That is 19.
You sure do got it.
I got 20.
I got 7.
Oh, okay.
The smart ones. The smart
now that
ones.
the two smart ones are like, okay, there's a pattern of these. Looking for this new one, you're able to figure it out pretty quick. That this is how we get through here. This is how we get through.
We
here.
played chess against each other.
Yeah, and you managed to jump through with just the right timing and get everyone else through. And you're in the portico. The next door is not like that. It's already open. And as you look, the fog is no longer blocking you in the house.
Okay.
So you guys run out. And you're now in the streets of the town of Barovia, and this house is catching fire.
Let's run. Let's leave. Let's leave as quickly as we can.
Yes.
Weren't we like waiting for the people to leave anyways? Like back before we went in the house, we were waiting for our wagon to leave that evening.
Yeah.
Let's go back to our group.
Yeah. Let's start. We'll just run back. I'll throw my hood back up. Everyone act natural.
I think that went rather well.
As we start walking away, I'm going to go over to
the giant
Sebastian.
Wolf? Sebastian.
And I'm going to hello? Can you speak, Sebastian?
You just hear a kind of like, not like a sigh, as like a dog would sigh, or just kind of like a growl, kind of like a annoying growl, and then I can change back, right?
Yeah.
I immediately, and then after that happens, you see me change back into Sebastian.
You're wearing your clothes and everything? Oh, that got destroyed. Alright.
This isn't like
Druid stuff.
You don't have like the Hulk.
Hulk pants.
The Hulk pants.
Okay,
Stretchy pants.
real quick, while you guys are sort of like collecting yourself, from the side of the street, you hear a voice say, "Well done."
I've got my hood back up since we're outside.
You turn and look, and there's no one there.
Okay, thank you. Bye.
What?
Do I recognize?
You do not.
Is anyone?
No. I think you do.
You as in...
That is Lucas. Lucas does.
Okay.
I don't think anyone else does. And,
Well, do I recognize the voice? Or
He's like, oh, that's familiar.
Or is the voice like...
you recognize the voice.
Okay, so I know who this was.
Yes.
Okay.
That'll be a secret for later. But,
Oh, your secret took me years later.
Turns
All
out
right.
Strong's Mickey Mouse.
Oh no. This is all just Walt Disneyland?
Oh gosh.
So,
After
yeah.
dark.
Once you're finally out, this is going on. You start trying to get back to your.
As a group, we'll kind of like go off to an alley while this guy transforms back into a person.
You can see the mists receding further away, as if they weren't quite all the way away, but you can definitely see that it wasn't like there and that. They're actually pulling away from this spot.
My initial plans were to just kind of, after going and learning about this Strahd character, just kind of going on my own way, but this place is terrifying.
This is true.
I feel like that is all of the country, the cursed country.
Yeah. What do you guys say we kind of stick together, at least for like some amount of time here?
That sounds agreeable. There's strength in numbers, after all.
I was not planning on leaving. I have goals to attain, but I can do so in a group.
Okay. Can I have my crowbar back?
I give you your crowbar back.
Like, ooh,
Thank you.
Forgot the crowbar back.
Oh, left it back down in the
Alright,
base.
so as you guys kind of see this house burn down now, and it fully like goes up in flames and starts collapsing in on itself.
Yeah.
You're like, okay,
Is there a sword floating around here?
I almost forgot about that. All of a sudden, a silver greatsword blasts itself out of
The chimney.
the
Light shines up on you.
floats over to you, and all of you get a sense of approval from this sword.
It's like a fucking Dragon Age companion.
Yeah, so this is like
Approval, plus 10.
The sword moves over to Lucas
like
and
communal
stays right there.
sword, I'm assuming.
It seems to have chosen you, Lucas, at the moment.
Oh, great. I don't use... Alright.
But with also that, you will all advance to level 3.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
Yo.
That is the end of the episode.
All right.
dang.
Nice.
Thank you guys for listening.
Before I will save it for next time. I'm going fucking
That's ominous.
Rainier has questions for Sebastian. I know what druids are though, right?
You know what druids are. Yes.
Okay.
Anyway, if you guys like what we're doing, tell all your friends. We are on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Tumblr, and Reddit. Share them. Or don't. I can't tell you what to do.
Tell people. Yell it at them.
Yeah.
In public.
In the street. Go. Listen to Action Economy right now. Mr. Dread. That shit's whack. In the good way.
Spread our love.
But I searched and just give me a bunch of videos about, Action Economy and what that is and how it functions.
If you look up Mr.
Change that.
Dread, it does come
Yeah.
up.
Change
So
that.
that's pretty cool.
All right, so Mists of Dread. That's what we'll go for,
Yeah.
for this. All right.
Alright, guys.